Welcome back to week 2 of the UC season. The Oscars are this Sunday, so let's talk movies and sports. Who better to join me for this discussion than Lucas Frankel and Isaac Moore? Gentlemen, you're looking to add some points to your teams today. Let's start with Lucas. How you feeling?
I'm ready to go. I know Isaac's been talking a lot of stuff behind my back, but that's lame, and I'm ready to go today.
All right, no longer wanting to be the general manager of the New York Jets. He's focused on the UC today. Mr. Moore, how are we?
I'm just ready to get started, Ross. I've been preparing all week, and I'm ready to go. I'm excited.
This is Isaac's 3rd season as a captain, believe it or not. Quite the veteran now. When I was a kid, my favorite book growing up was Jackie and Me. It's the tale of a young baseball card collector who has the magical power to be traveled through time and spend time with the players in his baseball cards. So he goes and visits Jackie Robinson. Soon, you'll be able to watch the new movie about Robinson's career called 42. Now, many would argue that in his time, Robinson was the most dominant athlete in all of baseball. But who's the most dominant athlete of all time? Isaac, start us off.
Ross, it's got to be Michael Phelps. The guy has 9 more Olympic gold medals than the next closest Olympian in any category. But I don't even want to talk about Olympic categories because we all know those numbers. The guy has set 39 world records and has 71 medals on an international stage, 57 of which are gold medals. Ross, this is my tiny little medal that I got from my state championship. If I had 57 of these around my neck, it'd be painful. But 57 of those huge gold medals around my neck, it'd break my neck. I mean, the guy is the king of swimming. I cannot imagine anyone else.
A good workout for his, I don't know, whatever muscles are in your neck. Lucas, what do you have to say on this?
The most dominant player of all time is Babe Ruth. In 1920, Babe Ruth had 54 home runs, more than any other American League team combined. Could you imagine that happening in any other sport? In NBA, a player scoring more points than an entire team? That doesn't happen. He led the league in home runs 12 times. He won 7 World Series. The list goes on. He created his own era. He played at a time where home runs were not a thing, and he obliterated the competition. When he retired, he had twice as many home runs as any other player ever. I mean, no one even compares anyone to Babe Ruth because you just can't, because it's incomparable. He was that dominant in his time.
Yeah, you know, the question that we're talking about is, the key word in this is dominant, and Lucas is getting the point because Babe Ruth was so dominant in his time. I mean, Michael Phelps only won by like 0.003 seconds in the butterfly in 2008, and that's probably one of his most recognizable moments, but it's not from dominating, it's from barely winning. So for all the reasons Lucas gave, he's getting the opening point. Now, from It's All in the Hips, it's all in the hips, to give me a stage so this bull here can rage, and although I can fight, I'd much rather recite. That's entertainment. To, is this heaven? No, this is baseball. These are some of the greatest lines from some of the greatest sports movies of all time. But which is the greatest? Media critics decide. Lucas, start us off.
You got to go with The Sandlot. You talk about a feel-good story, a movie that everyone has to watch in their lifetime. First of all, Dennis Lear was in the movie. Where did he go to school? Emerson College. That's right. You got some of the most recognizable movie lines of all time. You got You're Killing Me, Smalls. Some more of what? Forever. These lines are iconic. You got a kid named Yaya, the great Bambi, Benny the Jet. You got a kid named Squints. It's one of the most iconic movies of all time, and a great feel-good story, inspirational, with these little kids playing in a park. I mean, I'm talking about a great sports
I like
movie.
the segue, too, because Babe Ruth and then Baby Ruth, when he mistakes the ball. Sandlot, one of my all-time favorites. Isaac, where do you stand on this?
You know, Ross, every single time someone runs up a set of stairs, I guarantee you this song pops in their head. And what do they think of? They think of Rocky going like this at the top of the stairs. I cannot think of a movie that is as timeless and that literally transformed a sport the way that Rocky did. Just think of the themes. You know, fighting against all odds, believing in yourself. This not only applies to every sport, but life in general. I mean, every single sports movie followed this theme of rising from the ashes, underdog story that Rocky first laid out. It is the original. No other sports movie can beat it.
And you know, it did win Best Picture that year. The point's going to Isaac. I mean, come on. Next topic. Good job. Hey, yo, Adrian, I did it. You happy? I did another line. All right. Sometimes super famous athletes become the super famous actors, the likes of Kareem and Favre and Shaq and The Rock. But which current athlete would make the best Hollywood actor? Isaac, start.
Cut that meat. Cut that meat. Cut that meat. Ross, it's got to be Peyton Manning. He's been entertaining the American audience for years with his great commercials, making us laugh all the time. And who can forget the time when he was on SNL? I mean, everyone knows the United Way sketch. I mean, it's probably one of the best ones it's been in the past decade. But That aside, I mean, the guy, the jury's out whether he's going to be the greatest quarterback of all time, but he is a natural on camera. He's extremely smooth and comfortable on camera. He's hilarious. I think he'd be great on television or a movie.
Yeah, he just got to stop doing so many commercials. All right, Lucas, what do you have to say on this?
Well, unlike Peyton Manning, who just does 3-minute skits, Ray Allen has an actual resume. He was actually starred in the 1998 film He Got Game, and Roger Ebert, one of the greatest film critics of all time, said about Ray Allen, Ray Allen is that rarity, an athlete who can act. Roger Ebert has been called the most powerful pundit in America, saying that about Ray Allen. He actually starred in a movie. I mean, no other athlete has ever starred in a movie like Ray Allen has. So you're talking about resume and one of the greatest film critics ever praising Ray Allen. Ray Allen is that guy. He's got a resume to prove it.
There were a lot of names that I had in my mind for this topic, and you guys went in completely different directions. Although I was anticipating the Peyton Manning answer, I did not expect the Ray Allen answer, and Ebert quite the example to back up Lucas Frankel. You are getting the point in this middle round. That's 3 middle round topics, and that's all she wrote. Guys, good effort today, but it's Lucas Frankel taking home 2 of the 3 points in this middle round. We're heading to a quick break, but when we come back, 2 more topics. Only one winner. You won't want to miss it.